Yo, what is good, my people? What is good, yo? Guys, I, oops, I have been looking relatively forward to seeing a lot of what's been popping off in Special 7, but a lot of the times within the show, they get to where you want to get, and they kind of just leave you hanging. But this week is not the case. We got so much different things being said, and like I said before, with how a lot of these shows like to end when they have shorter seasons, uh, or they can just somehow get enough of a conveying story out there, and then just dump it and be done with it, right? So if that is the case, and dragons are the end all be all of this show, we're definitely in the end, right? We're definitely about to be done, if not done. And that's kind of the whole weird thing of these types of shows, or 12 episode seasons in general, because you just don't know um, if it's going to be the end or if it's not. And with this being such a big moment and being such a big overall showcase, in the case of, we not only get to see um, how ridiculously OP dragons are, but we finally get to have our main character come to the grasp of what his hero has become and what it means to like accept that. But he can't. Like, he honestly just can't accept it, and because of that, he's stuck being feeling broken and uh, you know feeling like he's done something that he really didn't want to end up doing, and hurting someone that he really would never want to hurt. But it also could be a lot, right? Like, people say things just to get by in this world, and knowing that this person has the power that he was trying to go for all that time, wouldn't you think he would do anything in his power to be in a better standing or a better position to win, even if it means messing with the mind of his opponent? So he pretty much tells him that if you weren't there, this detective would live. He would go on and have a happy life. But it sounds way too good to be true, because the kid that uh, was chosen at in the first place would have probably been the one that the detective still wound up finding and saving, and it didn't matter if it was him. I guess what he's more or less trying to get at is him being selfish within this weird like state where anything is possible, anything is a person that's inside of this area of just power in general. So to leave the place without gaining anything besides wanting to say thank you to somebody, he just left with the powers in general, and went on his merry way, not thinking of anything but saying thank you, losing the memories of all this even happening until now, and now seeing the once great detective being a shell of himself and dirtying his hands and everything because of this one person that is already a dragon within, and somehow was trying to gain power, and because of whatever popped off, couldn't. So we never really specifically are told what would have happened if he, like, he would have gained power, clearly. But what was that world? Who was that person? Like, why was there someone talking to him in the main death world, telling him that you can have this and that and this? So it's like, I don't know. It's one of those things that, now that it's pushing forward now that it's out there. Um, it feels like the show kind of is going towards a steady pace forward, right? Just like the guy, everything that was kind of said gave inklings to um, just being enough. What was I gonna say? Just being enough of a case to give you a feeling that there's urgency. It feels like there's some type of urgency. It feels like there's some type of overall, like we're getting to the end. They're saying that the only person that pretty much has the power to withstand attacks from the Warlock is the rookie. So that means he's going to be the frontline fighter, while everybody supposedly still has a role to do, which I think their only roles to do are these dragon seal spots. They're gonna have to figure out how to seal them, if they're just like some magic that they gotta, like some circles or something they gotta write down, like we've seen the magic's seal before, and we thought it was something that needed to be destroyed. Come to find out it was something the old man wanted to be destroyed. And can we just talk about him doing the spirit gun like 3 times today, man? That was probably the biggest highlight for me, being a Yu Yu Hakusho fan and everything. So absolutely dope there with him doing that, and even saying bang, like come on bruh, come on. Or you could say it's Cowboy Bebop, which, Spike was one of the people that, did that finger and shooting as well. So whatever floats your boat. But regardless, I was so ridiculously happy to see all this, um, like information at least be dumped out. The only problem is it feels like with this information, it comes with the chance of learning too much, or me being me, it's the chance for me to understand that there's not too much more of a future for the show if they don't tease like someone else being in the background being the bad guy, or someone else really running free and still continuing the work of this warlord or warlock. um but the reason why I say that doesn't even seem plausible is because even the brother of the main detective that saved our guy is getting shot at by somebody when he is set free, and instead of just taking himself out like the warlock suggests, he ends up going to a park and his brother finding him, which I don't think they're brothers by blood, but if they are, that's still cool. And hopefully this situation gets worked out without one of them losing their lives, because they're straight up just shooting at the park right now, and yeah, it's going pretty crazy to say the least. So I'm looking forward to hear what you guys have to say about this week's episode. Are you guys enjoying it? Are you not? Overall, I've been looking forward to this show, kind of showing us what is actually there to see at the end of the day. Like, what is there that's going to surprise us, shock us, want us, what hit us in the feels? Is there anything like that? And as of right now, hopefully, if it does end with 12 episodes, it's amazing. But if there's another season, I hope that the setup for it is amazing as well. I don't really see the point of being negative about things unless, unless it shows up on in your doorstep and it's super bad, and you have no reason to lie about if you think it's bad or not, right? But there's nothing really bad going on, so I have nothing to really be negative on, besides the fact of the show might come to an end at 12 episodes. So hopefully it's good. If it's not, we'll know, and I'll give you my honest opinion. So with all that being said, have an awesome one, my anime people. I will definitely be talking to you relatively soon with one more video at least, if this one isn't already out. So with all that being said, peace.